Hello, welcome to episode 279 of the Drive the Green podcast. I'm your host, MattyB, joined in studio by Bronel.
Oh, boy.
It is, I think, perhaps the first ever two-person, since we went to four people.
Yep.
It's been like 3 years now. First ever episode of just two people in here.
Definitely feels weird.
Yeah, and I got to adjust. I'm only looking in your direction.
But the good news for the listeners is the two best people are here. So
yes.
The people with the best opinions about everything are here. So.
Yeah. It is a little bit shitty that I can't just turn off my brain at any point today, because normally that's what I do.
Right.
Two people will be talking. I'll just be staring off, not paying attention.
I'm checking baseball scores, whatever. Yeah.
Well, we got to be engaged the whole time.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
That's why it's going to be really quick.
Yeah, it's going to be quick. Yeah, we have some opinions, but not a lot of them this week.
Yeah.
We're going to obviously recap Rory's win at the Scottish Open, and also Vincent Norman's at the.
Well, we might recap that. We'll see.
Yeah, so we might get to that. That is one of the benefits if you enjoy short pods from the Drive the Green podcast. This one's going to be short for sure.
Yep.
Just you and I. Canoop, well, we knew Harv was going to be maybe taking the option because he's away. He had a work function of some sort. And then he was maybe going to call in for picks. And then Canoop came down with a case of strep throat, or as we like to call it, optionitis.
Yes, I had that once.
Yep. And I think you might have even came.
No.
Oh.
No, didn't come that time.
See, I have no problem if he was sitting right beside me with strep throat, whatever.
Yeah.
Not like you need your voice in the podcast game. So he's out, Harv's out, and you know what? We said we're not waiting for you guys. We're not Zooming. A two-man show is probably better than a Zoom show.
Definitely.
So
Zooms are terrible.
Yeah, you and I can still get together. We can still talk about our weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we get into that after the sponsors here, but I was just curious. Did Canoop golf today?
Yeah, he golfed with me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thought so, yeah.
But I believe his words were, you don't have to talk while golfing. That's what he said. But hey, I'm not here to pass judgment on him.
Yep.
But we got lots. I mean, you and I we'll have fun. We're gonna have a little bit to talk about for sure. I had a bit of a week, so before we get into all that, though, we want to thank our sponsors, Player Golf, plyrgolf.com. Use the promo code DriveTheGreen for 20% off your order. We're also members of Team Callaway and proud members of the Churchill family. I have a lawnmower in my glass, and I got a blonde on the table. You're having browns tonight.
Yeah, it's a little cooler.
It's only 21 degrees, man.
Yeah.
Need a brown.
Yep.
And then, obviously, these two boys are not drinking at all tonight.
Well, I had a news item here that I'll just say right now.
Right off the hop.
Involve Callaway, and it's John Rahm extended with Callaway, like a lengthy extension. They didn't say the years, but it's a long-term extension with Callaway.
Well, that is a no-brainer.
That's great news for Callaway. Great news for John Rahm, I guess.
Yeah. I've had, in my week, I guess I'll just dive right into my week. So I had a chance to play a couple different courses with some new people. So first off, my kid had a tournament in Medicine Hat, so I got to play Desert Blume. And then today with Canoop, and it's Regina member guest week. So I had to do my qualifier today. But the point of that story is, before I get into those rounds, is that everyone I played with, new people, are like, what do you think of the Paradigm? What do you think of the Paradigm? And it's just like, yeah, swing it. You tell me.
Yeah.
One of the guys was left-handed, so that didn't really work. And you weren't there, obviously.
No.
But yeah, big news for Callaway. Happy to have him on Team Callaway for another X amount of years. So yeah, so I went to, had a chance to play Desert Blume in Medicine Hat on Friday, and I think I'm in love with that place.
What's it like? What Saskatchewan course can you even compare it to, or can you? Like Dunes?
Well, that, at top of my head was Dunes right away when you said that, but I don't really know if it's comparable. Like, it is cut out in a valley, and it's just like
Dunes, Deer Valley, baby.
There's quite a few short par fours on it, but it's just like, it's beautiful. Like, I don't know where they're getting the water from, because it doesn't seem like there's any water in that valley, but it is. I think there might have been water running through, but it wasn't very much in it.
Right.
But like, green's in excellent condition. The fairway's very green. It's very difficult to get into trouble, so it's like a perfect course to just go and play.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, like, anyone can go and play it.
Like, is
you
it like
spray it-
fescue? Or
Yeah, a
what's,
little bit, but like you can spray it all over. Like there's some holes there where, they share almost shared fairways or a very small sliver, but everything was mowed down, so you couldn't really get into trouble. You could spray it a fairway over. You don't have a shot or you can't see the green because there's some hills in your way, but you can spray it a little bit. And then it had some good risk reward holes, that type of stuff.
it's not very treed though, is it?
There's no trees no trees almost at all until the end of the course, from what I recall. It did get a little bit murky in the back nine for a bit. And then I think it's hole 11. It's houses on both sides. And let's just say if the guy 5 houses in on the left is listening, we apologize. Because one of the guys I was playing with, just like there's a fence there for snap hooks, and he cleared that fence on the snap hook side by about a foot, just straight in it. And then we're like, oh boy, that can't be good. And then all you hear is clunk, 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 like the ball ricocheting off his patio, off his window, off his patio, off his window,
boy.
barbecue. Like it's just like, it was almost like someone threw the ball into a room that had no way for the ball to get out. Just like clunk, 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 like kept hitting the patio house. So it was hilarious. And then a guy, I think 2 houses over from that, came out and like looked down. It wasn't his house because he wasn't mad, but he heard it. Yeah. And so we did as you would normally do in that scenario.
That's the risk you take living on a golf course.
Yes, that's exactly what we said. And the best part was you do as you always do in that scenario. All 4 guys just drive up to one of the other guys' balls that's in the fairway. It wasn't ours. We didn't hit it. Yeah. just us 4.
Playing dumb. Yep.
Yeah. Just drive past. I'll take a free drop up there. But there was, I think it's, I can't remember what hole it was. 5 maybe. It's a par 5. But there are like 6 houses right behind the green. And sure enough, this one house with this big, 8-foot glass windows, triple pane, because the first pane was broken, just like huge break in it. So obviously someone thinned a wedge or hit 3-wood a little deep, like directly into this thing. But yeah, like I absolutely loved the course. I can't wait. Hopefully we can have a roadie into Alberta.
Yeah,
and play that.
It's been on my radar for a while now.
Yeah, like it is a very fun course. Like even just we talked last week about playing something for a second time, third time. I could play that course a lot. Like I feel like there's some scoring that can be had out there, but also, it's just fun.
Yeah.
So that was Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, nothing. Well, obviously the ball tournament going on, and then today it's Royal Regina member guests, so had a chance to play Royal Regina for the first time this year.
In the wind.
Yeah, so we had the opportunity to play our qualifying round last Tuesday, but there was a serious threat of rain, and my fair weather partner and fair weather myself said, nah, we're not playing in 16 degrees and rain.
Because you want to qualify with a pretty good score so you can be in the
so it's
one
a
of the
very
top
unique
flights.
it's a very unique system. I mean, unique to me. Listeners can tell me if this is normal or not, but you qualify with a score, then you play Thursday, and those 2 scores become your flight for Friday.
Oh, yes.
And then you drop your qualifying score, and your Friday score become your actual score. So it's like qualifying score. So let's say you qualify even, and then you shoot 5
That's
under.
not a bad way to do it.
Yeah, so even and 5 under. You're 5 under now in the 5 under flight, and then maybe you go 5-7. Well, 12 under is your score.
Right.
So the qualifier is only for flighting for Friday.
So you're sandbagging is what you're saying.
Things didn't go. So the rain, in retrospect, we probably should have picked the rain day because today was 50K wins, and I think I prefer the rain to 50K wins. Like the greens are all the way sped up, so I mean down fan can't hold it. So it was just very difficult. We ended up being a best ball 3 over. So if you recall last year, I think we went even 6 or 7 under.
Just rope-a-dope that fucking flight,
So now we're 3 over. So it could be 3 over, 4 under, something like that. Like we played really well today, all things considered. We just couldn't get a single putt to drop.
Oh, yeah.
My partner Caleb was he buzzed so many edges. Like we could have been 4 or 5 shots better, which is only 2 under. I mean, not even sniffing champ flight, but We could have been better today.
Well, hopefully the winds die down for the actual tournament. When's the tournament?
Yeah. Thursday, Friday, and 24, 27, no wind.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be fun. And then Strep Throat Canoe Pier, he was there. His brother-in-law was down, so he didn't have the heart to bail on his brother-in-law from getting this round. So they came
to play with him tomorrow morning, and he bailed on that.
Yeah. So I think he had like 5 or 6 birdies and shot 73. So he struggled. He had, I think he had 3 doubles. So he struggled at times. He'll probably blame that on the strep throat for sure.
He said he didn't get any breaks, but I didn't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second. You should have seen the breaks he got at men's night. To shoot that bogey-free 66.
Yeah, he's not even here to talk about his bogey-free 66.
First 3 holes, breaks on all 3 holes. Just laughing, hitting trees and going out into the middle of the fairway and shit like that.
Well, yeah, his playing partner today was said, I think I'll take the strep throat for being this close to him, and hopefully some of his luck wears off. I'll take the strep throat for it.
Yeah. Did he talk much on the course?
No, he didn't. So he was playing the role anyway.
Oh yeah, he's playing it up. Yeah.
I also did have a Canoop level break on hole 14, I believe it is. 14, yep. Short little par 3 going west, and if you go long, it's OB, like that road's OB. There's a wooden fence back there. I sculled a 9-iron downwind off the fence and then came back into play.
Nice.
Didn't hear the clunk, but I knew it was over, and when I got up there, it was in play. So good round there. I'm very excited. This is one of my favorite weeks of the year. They put on a tremendous event at Royal Regina.
Definitely, yep.
I can't wait for that. That's pretty much it for me. Like I say, it was heavy ball, and this week is even crazier for heavy ball. My kids' ball team might end up playing 13 games in 10 days.
Games.
So they played 4 this past weekend, 4 and 2. They have tonight off, Monday. Then they play the next 6 days in a row, including 2 on each of Saturday, Sunday. And then, if necessary, in their best-of-5 series, they could also play Monday and Tuesday. So they'll go from Saturday to the following Tuesday and only have 1 day off, which was today, including 4. And so the thing is, with Little League, they have pitch counts.
Right.
So, like, every kid has to pitch, and then as a coach, you're trying to figure out what kid threw how many pitches, how far can I throw them again. Oh, it's exhausting. I miss the days where you just have the same kid pitch every game.
Yeah.
That was me, and now
just
look at my
wear
arm.
his arm off.
Yeah. So I had 18 drinks this week. 76 and 17 this month. That's a fun July.
Yep.
And I'm at 496. And then I also played 2 rounds, so I'm up to 15 solo rounds now. And had 2 birdies, so 17 and 15.
All right. I'll keep my week pretty short.
Sure.
My kid's also still playing ball, and it's a complete fucking walk fest. It's the biggest.
You went to the next one, eh?
It's the biggest. Well, no, this is still from Monday. We didn't talk about it because we potted in the afternoon last week.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So we went to Regina. My kid got 1 at bat, walked, and every other kid walked or struck out. And, yeah, that was the game. And we drove home. So,
which is hilarious, too, because
it's tough.
Yeah. And there is light at the end of the tunnel, as Canoop and I can both attest. Like, we went to this tournament in Medicine Hat. There was we played 4 games. So whatever that is, let's say 12 innings per game, 48 at-bat innings. There was probably less than 10 walks.
Oh, wow, that's great. Yeah. That's what you want to see. You want balls in play. You want the kids making plays.
That's all we tell our kids, to just don't walk people.
Yeah.
You can throw it slow if you want, and they can hit you all over the place. But there's 5-run rule in Alberta. If they score 5 runs and you throw 12 pitches, that's a good inning. Because you're not using up your pitch count. You're giving your your teammates a chance to make plays.
Yes.
When you walk guys, you use up all your pitches. You can't pitch as long.
Yeah, and people are standing in the outfield or they're in the infield kicking the dirt or picking grass or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's very difficult to watch.
Yeah. So we'll try again this week here. They're playing
one more time.
They're playing the Moose Jaw team, the minor AA team. So
okay, yeah.
They'll probably get crushed, but whatever. Me, a couple rounds of golf this week. Actually, 3 rounds of golf this week for a change.
You know what? And I'm one of the only guys on this show, luckily those 2 aren't here, that doesn't get on you about how much you play. So you're not even going to hear that.
I barely played at all at the start of the year. That's a fact. I've been playing a little bit more lately. That's whatever. It's July. It's warmer out. A little more holidays, right?
Hey, I said I wasn't going to make fun of you. You can't. Just doesn't mean I'm going to just ignore your comments.
Yeah. But yeah, I might be back. But let's back it up here. Yeah, Hillcrest back. It feels good to be back at the home course where you feel disappointed with the 78. Whereas on that road trip, I would have been like elated with the 78, right?
Which is actually what I shot at Royal today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
But you played
agree.
Royal a few times, whereas those courses we were just completely blind, plus videotaping. But
I wouldn't mind going. Like I might go a month without playing the home course where I have a membership.
Yeah.
Go a month without.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
that is
actually,
nuts.
That's really stupid. Bit of a putting change for me, and it's working.
What is it? I obviously haven't played with you.
I've always had kind of an open stance with even when I'm putting.
Yeah, the old push. You're a big push guy.
Well, I'm trying to go more square to the ball now, and I'm not. I was hitting too low on the face, so I was always, I was popping them up like to be bouncing.
Yes.
Now I'm trying to hit it off the bottom, more the bottom of the putter.
Okay.
And it's rolling way better.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone bounce as many putts as you in my life.
I bounce so many because I'm like hitting down on them almost.
Yes.
Yeah. So now I'm not doing that anymore.
So
they're going in.
So turning your putting stroke into a normal putting stroke actually turned out good.
Yeah. Driver's still fucked, but whatever.
But you still get up and down.
It's not the club's fault. I still get up and down most of the time, yeah. My chipping's not that great, but that's it. That's enough. We'll talk about more golf next week. Churchill boost count. I actually had 21 this week, so a little bit of a heavy week.
Caught up.
Gained a couple on you. 414 and 197. So
no boost counts or weeks from these two idiots.
Nope. So let's get right into the Scottish
Open. We're 17 minutes in. We're into the tournament.
That's good.
Halftime.
Yep. And these tournament recaps are going to be short.
Well, they're going to be short. Because I didn't have an opportunity to watch. I was at the ball field the entire weekend.
The best thing about this week's tournaments was that the good tournament was on in the mornings. And that's the best thing, and it's coming up again this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wake up, you turn on the golf channel, and you're watching great golf first thing in the morning.
And I've said that I'm more of a get my stuff done and then watch TV. I like a West Coast thing.
Right.
But I can get behind, overseas as well. It's just, if you don't necessarily find yourself getting up at 4 a.m. if they have to move up tee times.
No, well,
this
one was good. Like it was prime time, watch Wimbledon. It was a good little Sunday morning for me.
The only shit part was it wasn't on TV for a while there.
No, it wasn't.
Like I still cannot believe that this.
Yeah, they had to show highlights after. Like they didn't even show Rory's putt live.
No, it's because anytime they move up tee times or anything like that, it's like, no, we have our schedule. We're not changing that schedule on TV.
Yeah.
Just annoys the shit out of me. But, I mean, I also, my son played a little bit later on Sunday, so I was able to watch whatever you want to call that, the finish of the Scottish Open. It was, Bobby Mack tried. He really did.
He made a great birdie on 18. He played great. He shot, I think, 66 in those winds. Like, that was the windiest day of the tournament by far.
Yes.
And conditions were tough. Guys were going backwards. Bobby Mack probably deserves to win that.
Yeah.
Everyone thought he was going to win it when he was one up when Rory had 2 holes left.
Yeah, well, and he would have continued a crazy string of winning your National Open.
Yes.
Canadian, U.S., Scottish. It would have been awesome.
Yep.
I was secretly hoping for Bobby Mack in that moment.
Oh, absolutely, I was. The only reason I was somewhat cheering for Rory is to shut Knoop up about the whole can't close thing. That's the most ridiculous argument ever that's ever been made on this pod. Like, I looked, they've shown the numbers several times this week about closing 54-hole leads, and it's Tiger and then Rory. And then it's a huge drop-off to the next guy. 54-hole leads. Rory's second in the last 20, 30 years. Or
and what is the counter argument is, well, he hasn't done it recently.
He hasn't done it recently. Well, at majors, I'll give him majors, sure. Recently, he hasn't. But he's won several tournaments.
Yeah, and I don't think that the two go together. It's like, sure, he hasn't closed 50, or sure, those all happened in the past. Well, they haven't happened recently. So him not being good recently has nothing to do with him not closing out tournaments.
No.
He just hasn't been in that position because he hasn't been playing well enough. But when he does play well enough, he closes them out.
Yeah.
I think there's two different arguments.
I think might be why he's not here tonight.
I think it is why.
He's big mad, that idiotic narrative that he's been pushing for the last however many months.
I will say there have been some, let's say, unique illnesses or options to show up at certain points in time through the past year or so of this pod. I'm not saying anything towards
when
you.
Patrick Reed won the Masters, I was very ill and did not want to come. I think I still came, but I came down with something that week.
Yeah, I think it's not strep throat. It's the case that I told us.
Yes. Yeah. So he birdied 17, 18. I mean, that shot on 18, dead into the wind from like 200 yards. He pulled 2-iron and just hits a little. He said he had to cut it a little bit because it was too much.
Yeah.
Cuts it in there to 10 feet, makes the putt. I mean,
did you see the video? I was watching it just before we went on air of him watching it back, and he's like, "Oh, I thought that would have been a better shot."
Really?
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay.
I did enjoy him going up to Bobby Mack after and apologizing. Like, I mean, this would have meant so much to you, but like, so sorry.
But I wanted to win.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily get the apology thing.
Yeah.
Like I you know that he's sincere about feeling bad for the guy, but he's certainly not sorry.
Like if Tommy Fleetwood would have won the Canadian Open, he would have apologized to Nick Taylor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's the thing is I would rather you not apologize.
Yeah.
Because you're not actually sorry.
No. You want to win. You want the extra.
I'd literally just go out and be like, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Yeah.
You were this close.
Maybe you'll get it next year.
I might not
better
play
luck next year.
Yeah.
So Rory's added another countries open to his resume. He's got the Australian, the Hong Kong, Canadian ×2, Irish, U.S., Scottish, and the Open, the British Open, I guess.
Yep.
So that's a pretty impressive list. I don't know. Harv and Knoop didn't think it was that impressive.
I believe their replies were they're arguably the easiest tournaments to win because there's probably
two of them are majors.
I assume it's because there's all the field fillers in there, and I know that's Harv's reasoning.
That first Canadian Open Rory one that we watched in Hamilton, that field was legit.
Oh yeah,
Brooks was there, JT was there,
DJ was there.
Yes, Cam Smith was there.
Yeah, everyone.
It was good.
All the field fillers. I can just hear Harv saying it over my shoulder. It's what it is. That's what he'd say.
Yeah. One more guy to talk about, Scotty Scheffler, T3. Disappointing, I guess, because he only, in quotes, made $468,000 this week. His average winnings per tournament went down. That's just absurd to say. But he just put on another clinic. Like tee to green, that guy is absurd.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here this week.
Yeah. He shouldn't win, but he's probably going to be up there. He's just that good.
Guaranteed top 10.
Yeah. But you got to putt. You got to putt at this.
Yeah.
At Liverpool. Let's go to Canadians. That's all I had. I don't know. Do you got anything else?
No, I think that's a perfect amount of discussion.
Yeah. Rory, Bobby Mack, a little bit Scheffler. That's good.
Do you have any
did I say that Bob Mack's probably my favorite golfer in the world right now?
Yeah, he feels like he's lost weight or something.
That video I watched of him today talking about his life and all that. Oh man, I was in tears. But
yeah, like I feel like he looks different than he did when he burst on the scene.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's lost weight or what,
maybe
but
he
just
lost
doesn't look as goofy as I think he did when he first came out.
Yeah,
but if you win a little bit, maybe he's found his way into a doctor's office or something like that for some new teeth or.
Yeah,
I don't know, something off.
Couple good finishes for the Canadians. Taylor and Connors are both T19, so solid weeks there. Hughes missed the cut, and Hughes isn't in the Open. It's just Connors and Taylor, so I'm not sure what the deal was there.
Statute of limitations on his victories.
Didn't quite qualify, but
yeah.
Let's talk about the Barbasol for probably 5 seconds. Vincent Norman.
Yes.
Had anyone ever heard of that guy before this week?
He was actually picked in picks at one point on this podcast for sure.
Really? Probably by Harv.
I think it was either he was picked or he's been up there in like one other tournament, and he's been mentioned on this show before. I'm gonna look him up real quick. This is a problem with the 2-man pod is I'm gonna look up something and you're just gonna be talking to yourself.
Well, I'm just gonna run through Canadians and say Ace's birthday shots of the week because obviously it's his first win since no one's ever heard of him. Won in a playoff over the guy that looks like Shane Lowry but isn't Shane Lowry.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Every time they showed him on TV, I thought Shane Lowry would be playing in Scotland this week, but I didn't really watch any of that tournament because the leaderboard was terrible. I actually did see Pendrith. Pendrith left one on the lip on like 15 or 16 that would have got him to one back.
Yes.
After he made eagle on a par 5, and then I think he went bogey or whatever to knock himself out of it. But I think if he would have made that putt, he would have had a chance to get into a playoff.
Yeah, the what was I going to say? There was a bunch of Lucas Glover jokes.
Yes.
Ready to go.
I had him T5. Back in the bed, probably.
Oh, gotta be.
Couple good finishes in a row.
Yes, I'm gonna see.
He's not getting any action yet, but
but
he's at least sleeping in a cozy bed.
Maybe seen her naked once or twice. Now,
what are you trying to look up? If Vincent Norman was picked on the pod,
if he said 7 top 25s in his career, 12 of 23 cuts made this year. I was just trying to see his top finishes.
What his top finish was.
Yeah. But
so does he have another top 5 all year?
Well, he's only made $1.473 million. But I just can't. This new PGA app, I can't see the damn. Where do I stats? You know what I mean?
Results, earnings, results.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, well, I'll do Canadians. Pendrith was 6th, had a good chance to win. Cockrell was 58th. Gliggs was 62nd. So I think Hearn was in and missed the cut. But one of the things I want to talk about from this whole week is guy reached out to the show, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yes.
Had a question for us about whether guys Vegas rallying behind guys, does that give them a confidence boost? So if you see that your number is low that week, say you're playing the Barbasol, and you're in the top 10, do guys even look at that? Do guys hear about that? Do they see it on social media in the first place? I'm not so sure, but if you see, like, I know John Rahm's very aware of it because that one tournament they asked him if how he feels about being the favorite. And he said, "No, I'm not the favorite. Right, Scheffler's the favorite." Or whatever, right?
Yeah, like they're like, aware of it.
They're aware. I don't know if the middle tier guys are necessarily aware of where they are.
Yeah, like I'm not sure if the guys right now, like maybe this is me not understanding the question, but like heading into the Open, if you see your 200 to 1 and a guy that you believe you're better than is 100 to 1, like does that make you play harder, or is he saying the other way around?
He's saying if you see
eyes,
like Brian Harman, they had Brian Harman's odds really low at the Scottish, and for some reason I don't think anybody had Brian Harman as one of the top guys going in. Does Brian Harman see that and say, "Oh wow, I'm supposed to do well this week. Should I mean, that must mean I'm good." That's kind of what he's saying. Yeah. Like, do you think that goes through their heads? I don't know if it does, but
I could see them using it as. I almost feel it's the opposite. Like when they're getting that chip on the shoulders, to me is more than
I would say so.
Think
yes,
I'm good.
Right.
It's more if you have shit odds. It's like, oh, I'm going to show them that they got me all wrong.
I
more so
get
than
behind that for sure.
I think it might add pressure more than it helps.
Yeah, like if you finish top 10 in 3 of your last 4 tournaments in the tour, and all of a sudden you got low odds, that doesn't. Yeah, I don't think you're going to play near. Right. By the way, Brian Harman shot 4 over on Sunday. He was very good up until that, but
I will say this: that Vincent Norm was T21 at the Puerto Rico Open. He was T16 at Corrales. He was T9 at Zurich. He was T18 at Mexico Open. He was T8 at AT&T Byron Nelson. He loves off-field, non-designated events.
Yep.
It's where he thrives. And then he won Barbasol. T24 last week, too.
Makes his hay there.
Yep.
Let's go Ace's birthday shots of the week. Ace's Nick Colsarts had an ace at the Scottish Open. The other big one, I guess somebody's posted it. I didn't see it, but Steph Curry made an ace at the American Century Championship, he won. Now
we want to talk about that other thing?
I'm talking about that Showboat Selly, because that was absolutely embarrassing as far as I'm concerned.
I love Steph Curry, but the run away from the other people in your group was, a bit arrogant.
You got to celebrate with your playing partners, and after
those
an ace.
guys. I mean, he didn't even. I
think he was playing with Joel Pavelski or something.
Yeah, but he didn't even give him a chance to give him high fives.
Yeah, give him a high five, then run down the fucking fairway.
He literally ran right away, and the two guys are behind. I guess we'll congratulate each other.
Or you on the next tee.
I mean, he did that. The clip does cut off. He does that whole run all the way down, and he does circle back to them, but they don't show that. But still. Them then do it, but he is.
I didn't love him running on the greens either. That's a no-no too.
He does his signature 2-foot jump thing. Lands on the green.
Yeah, I yelled at my kid for running on the green the other day. Same thing.
It was a bit off-putting, and then obviously his walk-off putt was pretty cool too. But this is a good opportunity to go into the Rob Gronkowski tweet.
That was my next point.
Of if Steph Curry
applied himself to golf, he would be on the tour, is what he said.
Okay, so there's a two-part question. It says, one, is he better than a pro golfer right now? I say the answer to that is no.
Absolutely not.
But I do believe there is potential that he could be a pro golfer. Because
on the tour, pro golfer?
It's just the way athletes are. It's the same mentality to why people are always like, well,
I'll give you this.
Why are kids whose parents are in the show in it? And what's the word I'm looking for? What's when
genes?
No, when
bloodlines.
When you give preferential treatment to your family, to families. I can't think of that word.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, but here's the thing: is he knows what it takes to excel in a sport, so he has the ability to push himself and show up and do all that. So I think his drive is there, and that's why I believe that kids of athletes, because their parents have done it, they know what it takes to get there.
Yep.
So they can just teach it.
So here's my take on it. If he Michael Jordaned it right now and said, I quit basketball, I'm going to try to become a professional golfer. At this point,
now,
he ain't getting there. If at 18, 15 years old, he said, F basketball, I'm going to golf, and actually put all of his time into golf, he might. I would give it a might. I'd give it a might in that situation. But as of right now, if he quit basketball right now at his age, he's not making the tour.
No, don't think so. Word I'm looking for is nepotism.
Yes. Politics.
I had to.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah.
But yes, I do believe that. I don't know, man. I think even at the age that he's at, it's possible.
No.
Champions Tour. Qualify for a U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Like Harv said, he's a field filler.
Yeah, he could. He could have played at the Barbasol this week, probably.
All right, next.
That's it. Well, birthdays only got one. He's up here, Adam Scott. Picture on the wall. I don't know why we have a picture of Adam Scott on the wall, but Canute brought him over the one day, as well as Sergio, which I tried to take down several times or turn around, but he turned it back around. Shot of the week. I'm going Bob Mack on 18. Sorry, Rory, but the shot he made on 18 to post minus 14. My favorite golfer. So,
okay.
You got a dude wipes?
Nope.
Yeah.
Should I?
Yeah. There's some Barbasol contenders, but we'll just leave it.
Well, I'll find one for you.
You don't need one.
It's pretty easy to find one. Tell you right now.
Okay. Let's hear it.
There wasn't that many bad scores on.
No.
Really wasn't.
It was just a weird finish.
You can't seriously give Trevor Cohn the
Trevor Cohn was
even
leading.
though he did double 16. But he's Trevor Cohn.
I saw that double. Yeah.
Trevor
Cohn. Trevor Cohn will never win a tournament with that name. That's a Seinfeld character, Trevor Cohn.
I think it is.
Todd Gack.
All right. Next, do you even have news?
Oh, I got a few
other than
things.
Stricker?
Yep. So we're going straight to the Saskatchewan Amateur for news.
Oh, nice.
First one, North Battleford Golf and Country Club, great venue. We played there last week.
Yes.
Greens are sharp, let's say. Josh Nagy took home the men's championship.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Good job, Josh. And Emily Cornwall took home the women's. No hats off for the girls in the handshakes or hugs, or I guess whatever it was.
Yes.
So I was pretty happy to see that. Good job,
Yes.
girls. And Tim Acaster won the men's mid-am in a playoff. So good job to those three.
Yes. I speaking of the hats off, one of the things obviously at Royal Regina is you got to take your hat off. So it caught me off guard instantly.
Going
so
in the clubhouse.
Strolled in to get a hot dog at the turn, and then was met with walked in, didn't take off my hat instantly.
Did someone say something to you?
No, but I turned the corner to four, let's say, retired fellas, all just like looking at me like, get that hat off.
Man. I played there last year. I didn't take my hat off.
And here's the other thing.
I went inside, bought a muffin with my hat on, and fucking left.
Later in the round, I said hot dog at the turn, hot dog before the round. At the turn, I bought, I had a glass of water and 2 drinks, so I had to give the old pyramid, right? 2 and then 1.
So where's your hat?
Where's my hat? I put it on.
Yeah, had to.
At the bar to walk out the door.
I
have to.
Yeah.
What else am I supposed to do?
Your hands were literally tied.
Couldn't do anything else. But then, so there were people eating there, and I almost like felt
just disgusted. They just couldn't eat.
Felt weird. I felt weird. I was like, what do I do with? What do
they
I do now?
pushed their plate forward. I'm done.
What do I do now?
So
I put my hat on my head. A hat holder, and then I grabbed my 3 drinks and I walked out. And it's, I don't know, 12 steps to the door. Yeah. And I just felt shame walking that far. I was like, am I going to get in trouble for this?
With that salad you got on your head right now, that's probably a better thing that you had that hat
This
on.
hair is going to be flowing for both nights as a member guest. People will be eating, just throwing up.
So Harv always does around the world at the end. I don't know why he does it that way, but I'm going first. So we did the Saskam. We're going senior PGA next. It was another major. I don't know how many majors they have this year, but the Colleague Companies Championship is a major, I guess. It's at Firestone.
Hilarious because they that's what coverage was on instead of
the
Scottish Open.
The leaderboard was absolutely electric, so I don't blame them.
Right, but the fact is they said when they named that tournament, if I didn't follow golf, I would just be like, oh, that tournament's on. And then
they're like a charity event?
They're like the 5th major of the U.S. The senior tour schedule. I'm like, oh, right, it's a major.
Well, anyways, one guy's won 3 of them this year, Steve Stricker. So
3 of 5.
Yep. He is in a class of his own on that tour right now. If he plays and plays well, he's untouchable.
He's Bernhard Longer 2.0.
Yeah, Bernhard 5 to 10 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. Because he's quite a bit younger than Bernhard.
No, but I just mean he's
dominating.
It's funny that we say that when Bernhard just won.
And I think he was T5 this week. Yeah.
We're talking about him. As long as he's on that tour, he's going to do some stuff. Well, Bernhard's still on that tour and still beating him.
And still winning lots, But I think Steve Stricker might be my second favorite player in the world right now. I don't know if this is recency bias, but I just think he's the classiest guy.
Well, I think they showed that graphic. This was prior to him winning, but his last 7 senior majors, he either won or finished second in.
Yeah,
and so he's continued that trend.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yep. That's all I had for that one. Weir was T38, so not great there. LPGA, Lynn Grant won the Dana Open. That's all I had written down. But I want to talk about Charlie Hull's psycho card. She had 10 birdies and a 10 to shoot 68. No bogeys, no doubles, just 10 straight up 10 birdies and a 10. Now, is that the best or the worst 68 ever?
Ooh.
I think that's the best 68 ever.
I think that might be I think that's the best 68 of all time.
Yeah.
The 10 was on a 5 or a 4?
Can't remember. 4 or 5. It wasn't a 3.
If you work backwards, if it's a 4 and it's 68, then it'd have to be if it's par 72.
Yeah. I could look it
10,
up, but I don't care.
10 less 6
Doesn't
is
matter.
4. Yeah, it was probably on a 4.
But yeah, that's the craziest psycho card I've seen in a while. I mean, it's not even psycho card. It's just the weirdest card.
The best 68.
It's like
of all
those
time.
cheaters that have a bunch of 7s and 8s and then have an ace,
Yeah.
right?
Or the ones that start 8, 10, 4, 1, 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's all I had for around the world.
Too easy.
I guess we'll talk about this live stuff.
There's live stuff this week?
The World Golf Series that they're going to do. Tiger and Rory are going to be owning live teams. Maybe Greg Norman might be out. Rory said he'd retire if the live's the only thing left. I mean, why don't we just wait and talk about it when something actually happens?
Hear me out. These two aren't here. Let's just not talk about it.
Okay, we'll wait and see what happens because all of it's hearsay right now.
Remember we didn't wait and see what happened the last time?
Yeah, exactly.
This is an opportunity to just wait and see.
Yep. So
that's it?
No, I got one more. Kyle Porter tweeted out, "Why doesn't golf have an all-star weekend?"
This is something that absolutely, positively should happen.
It makes no sense why they don't have it.
I think the only reason behind not having it is because that's what they think the Ryder Cup and President's Cup are.
Yeah, that ain't an all-star
But they gotta have trick shot competition. Like they should
Yeah.
have an all-star challenge.
Who can hit the most fairways in 3 minutes? Who from the
long drive?
Yeah, exactly.
Targets.
Yes.
Like
there's so
literally
many possibilities.
stinger target. Like it actually has the flop shots.
Yep.
Bunker shots. This is the absolute sport to have these in.
Like
long putt challenge.
The NHL even had golf in their all-star game for Pete's sake.
But seriously though,
yeah,
you would get so many more people watching if golf had an all-star game.
Yeah. All-star weekend.
You could have all-star weekend. You'd have skills comps for 2 days because that's all golf would be.
Yeah.
And then you have an all-star game.
And you can have one round where
it could be 3 hole.
It could be scramble. It could be
3 hole
anything.
matches.
Yeah, it could be anything.
I mean, it's actually mind-blowing that they don't.
It's stupid.
Stupid.
It is stupid.
And they could plug that thing right in the middle of the season, like first week of June.
Yeah.
Right in between all 4 majors.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Or hell, if you want guys to take the option on it and you don't care about it, put it at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Put it in December when we're not doing fucking anything else. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Make it for money.
Oh, I got 3 one of us moments.
Okay.
So Janet Tawananand, close enough. Shot 85.
Yeah.
This week. So that's one of us moments.
Okay.
Tom Kim, you see that video of Tom Kim?
No.
He was struggling.
Okay.
And on 14, finally hits a good one and says, "Yes, a fairway."
One of us.
One of us.
Okay.
And the last one's Michael Block, known Fig Jam guy that we talked about a lot on this pod. Michelob Ultra, sorry for the free ad.
I did see this, yeah.
Canada is issuing a challenge for him to have 90 shots to make an ace. I mean, that video was super cringe.
Mm-hmm.
But
bad.
It ain't as easy as it looks, Mikey.
Yeah, you got lucky once.
Yeah. You got lucky once.
I mean, it wasn't a huge moment, but still. Perfect time to be lucky.
Yeah. He ain't going to do it. It's not going to happen.
Do you think you should come up with the one of us segment?
Ah, that's a good one.
I like that segment for you.
It can take over whatever Harv segments that he does.
Here's the thing. Here's a test for next week. We're not going to bring one of us and then present it next week as though you have a new segment. And we'll see if both of these two are surprised about your new segment.
Ah.
Because then we'll know if they listen to the show or not.
I need to write that down. I'm in a stage of my life where I need to write things down
I'm
all
gonna
the
write
time.
that down. Yeah, so am I.
Yeah.
But that's the test.
Okay.
So we'll see if they listen to this or not.
Harv might. Streppy won't.
Strep ain't listening to this.
No. That's it.
Why do you need to listen to it when you've lived the moment? That's what I've lived by for the past 280 episodes.
I'm the QC guy. So.
Yeah, you're quality control, but that's your job.
Yeah.
I'm the I was already there. Why do I need to listen to it guy? Then these guys weren't here, so they got to know if we were talking shit about.
I think Harv just listens to so he can figure out where he can add things to make the pods even longer. I think I could add a little more in there, another line in there.
Should I break it to you? There's only been 2 of us here, and we're at 45 minutes.
And I just have pick recap because we ain't doing picks.
We're not doing picks. Okay.
You're going to want to hear the pick recap, I guess.
I think I won both tournaments.
You won both events to get 3 more points. So you got 2 for the Scottish, 1 for the Barbasol. Nobody picked the winners.
You almost gave me the winner.
I almost picked the winner in Bobby Mack as well. That was a great pick.
You almost picked Bobby Mack, and you almost gave me Grayson Murray. Yeah. Which would have been a good week for you.
Standings probably out of reach, but we're going to just keep doing these picks for whatever reason. MattyB's got 34. I got 18.
Oh.
Canute 15, Harv 14. So they're out of it.
I think a double up is worth 2 trophies on the graphic.
I need 16 points. I don't know how many tournaments are left, but I can get 5 this week.
Yes.
That would get me down to 11. We got some playoff events. There's a chance.
Small chance, yeah.
The smallest. But
if I keep winning though, that might be worth
these averages. These averages at the Scottish were actually pretty funny. So you won with a 41 average. You had Hoagie 19, Woodland 25, and Smalley miscut 78. So yeah, 41 average there. I had Bobby Mack second, Horschel 65th. Thanks for that. And Willett missed the cut 78 for a 48 average.
Okay.
Canoop had Aaron Rye miscut 78, Dietrich 42, Power withdrew, so 79 for a 66 average. Wasn't last. Classic Harv. Aberg miscut, Spieth miscut, Raj Hosgaard missed the cut for a 78. 78 average. And the funny thing was Nikolai Hosgaard was T6.
He always picks the wrong Hosgaard.
Alien twin is what they call him. Yeah. So, not great averages there. But your average at the Barbasol was pretty good. You had Grayson Murray 7th, Baccia 9th, and unfortunately Higgs missed the cut. But you still won with a 28 average. I didn't even bother writing the other 3 down. They were that bad, and they weren't better than 28, so nobody cares.
How about Canoop's week, though? He had Seamus Power who missed the cut and one guy who wasn't even in the tournament.
Yeah, Cam Champ wasn't in the tournament. I don't know where he got him from, but... let's just talk about the Open for 5-10 minutes before we...
Well, yeah, so as far as picks go...
Yes.
We're just going to do picks off air. These guys aren't here. We didn't want them to call in. Harv always wants to call in for picks so we can say they didn't miss an episode. We're not allowing it.
Speaking of that...
you did do the tally.
I have the numbers for the last year of missed pods.
Full year of pods.
So since...
This is actually going to look bad for me because I'm going to have 1, and it's the only pod I've ever missed.
You do have 1. You're the lowest number on here.
Well, of course. I've missed 1 of 280. And it was in the past year.
So since July of 2022.
Okay.
52 pods or whatever it is.
Work your way bottom up for
51 pods. MattyB's missed 1 pod. So this is missed. You weren't here. Whether you called in for picks, I don't care. If you call in for picks, that doesn't count.
If you call in for the show, you didn't miss it.
You still missed it. You still weren't here.
Okay.
And that might bring Harv's number down a couple.
Yeah, because that's like, if you're on vacation, you make the effort to call in. You didn't miss the pod.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's hear the numbers anyway.
Okay, so you had 1. I had 4, which I was actually surprised. I thought I was only like at 2. But
I believe 4 for sure.
Tonight gives Canoop up to 7.
Oh.
So
okay.
7 of the last 50 ain't great.
Not great.
Harv's number's at 11.
11.
So I think he might have called in for 2 or 3 of those.
Some calls in at the end for picks. Yeah.
Like one of mine was a call in as well. So like
that's the thing is I believe if you called in for the whole show, you didn't miss it. If you call in for picks, you missed the pod.
Okay. Yeah.
Picks are missed pods.
So Harv's probably at about 8 then.
8. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm at 3. Canoop's at probably 6.
Yep.
Because he's only called in for the whole show maybe once.
Yeah.
Probably 0 actually. I think he's called in for picks a couple times.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, you're welcome. The 100.
Now I'll tell you what. If we didn't know about the segment, one of us segment, we'll know if they listen to the pod here real quick.
Oh yeah, Harv's gonna be so mad. The 151st rendition of the Open at Royal Liverpool in Hoylake.
I mean, I don't want to talk up a major too much because they're all important, but it feels like this is one of the most highly anticipated Opens of recent memory.
Well, the last time it was held here, Rory lifted the Claret Jug in 2014. So,
well, I think it's the
the
Rory thing. It's the Cam Smith comments of late about that trophy's coming right back. We're only going to not party for a week.
Yep.
I feel the Brooks thing is still there.
Yep.
I just feel like now that the live stuff is kind of
everybody's
off the
kind
side,
of really hopeful about Ricky right now too.
Scotty Scheffler, can he putt? Like it just feels like now that we're kind of over this whole live whatever. These guys are in it. Golf's in a really good spot. It just feels like this is going to be an unbelievable week.
Yeah, and I can't wait to watch some early morning golf and then maybe go golf in the afternoons. The best.
My son has a ball tournament again, so.
Well, what's the app like? What's the Open app like?
Open app is pretty good.
It's pretty good. I like the colors of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you think of the yellow leaderboard?
I love it.
I love how apps make their leaderboard like their leaderboard. Like the Masters app
is green.
Leaderboard is the Masters leaderboard. Like you think with the white and the green trim.
Yeah. And
this is the yellow with the red and the blue. I like that the app looks like you're in it.
Yeah.
And I think the Open, if I'm not mistaken, has somewhat copied, if you want to use that word, of putting a ton of shots on their app.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a good way to follow the people you want to follow and be able to see a lot of their shots.
Yep.
So
now the course itself, like
when some of these pictures coming out this week are like that OB on 10 or on 18.
Yeah.
Like OB in play pretty much.
Yeah, it sounds like North Battleford. That fourth hole, remember?
Yeah, it depends where you're aiming. I think the course is and even we just saw it obviously. Anytime you get in the Open, if the wind picks up, you get a little bit of shitty rain.
Carnage.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's different.
And the guys that play well in those conditions will play well in those conditions, right? Mm. They always show up. Shane Lowry will show up if it's shitty out, right?
I really think that Bobby Mack's going to put together another.
Well, fun fact, I had him as my best bet this week.
Oh,
I got him top 10 for plus 500. It's not great, but
it's not bad.
It's not bad.
We don't even have their best bets because best bets and picks will be on the graphic.
Yeah, but there's.
Yeah, I like Bobby Mack. I think Rory is going to be up there. I find it hard to believe after the week that he just had that he's going to have a letdown. It's more of a tune-up.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because normally after a win you have a letdown, but this feels different for sure.
It just feels like there's no way that he is enjoying his Scottish Open victory.
No, he's focused 100%.
Yeah. I won it because I am literally at my peak for when I wanted to be at it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And I mean, he needs that major. He needs to get that monkey off his back. Like, I mean, obviously it'd be nice to get the Masters just to complete it, but any major right now is just going to be the world lifted off his shoulders.
Ricky, Rory, final group tied for the lead on Sunday. Who are you cheering for?
Rick.
Oh,
absolutely.
Absolutely. I don't.
Rory's has one.
You want Rory to win, but you not like that.
No,
it's Ricky.
Yeah,
I would love to see Ricky play well, but I don't know if he's necessarily an guy.
Robert McIntyre versus
Bobby Mack versus Rory
versus Ricky.
Oh, no, I'm still Ricky.
You're Ricky.
I think it's Ricky
I'm
for everyone.
Bob.
I think Ricky over everyone.
Yeah, you're Ricky. Throughout.
Bobby Mack, Rory, obviously Bobby Mack.
Well, Connors and Taylor might have something to say, but
yeah, for sure. I think. I don't know. I would love to see Cam Smith win again, but at the same time, it's the live thing.
Yeah.
Just don't love it.
Yeah. Brooks doesn't have a chance this week, I don't think.
No.
Hopefully that audio doesn't come back to haunt me.
Yeah, and here's my audio clip. I'm not sure. I feel like DJ is either top 7
or miscut.
Yeah. Because I got a weird feeling that DJ is just going to be randomly up there again. Yeah. But I want to hedge my bets by saying he's going to be absolute trash. And if he finishes T30, I'll be like, well, I was kind of right.
Yeah. And the guy we talked about at the start of the show, John Rahm, like, This is kind of like the Masters feeling where he wasn't really talked about.
Exactly.
No one mentioned him at the Masters. Well, people did, but he wasn't the guy. It was Scheffler that everybody was talking about. Gaga over. Then he won it. So maybe he's under the radar enough this week to pull it out.
Yeah. Everyone's forgetting about me type thing.
Statistically, the best guy in the last 5 or so Opens has been Jordan Spieth.
Yeah.
But he missed the cut of the Scottish, so I don't know.
Maybe he's a guy that was looking forward.
Yes.
So
I just don't think I can't see him winning this week.
I feel like some of these guys on the Scottish are just like, maybe they know that the Open is going to have potentially shitty weather, but they just feel like it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I play the Scottish
just
to
get some reps in.
Yeah, to get used to the conditions, but I don't want to play 4 rounds of that.
No.
So it's just like you go over. I shot 68 on Thursday. I'm going to maybe shoot 72 on Friday and miss the cut so that I can just not be cold and windy for 2 days.
Just like you today at the Royal.
Didn't love it. Wasn't having fun.
Yep.
Well, I shouldn't say that. I was having fun, but it's just you can only take so many like buzzing lips, power lip outs, that type of stuff before you just start to get emotionally drained.
Yeah.
Like there was one, I can't remember what hole it was.
Not as bad as
it was
lip out
early.
at Wahlberg, though.
No. I had a terrible lip out as spoiler when we get to the Desert Blume hole reviews. I had a bad power lip there too.
Really?
But nothing compares to St. Wahlberg. So
no.
Well, lo and behold, we're at 57 minutes, bud. We did it.
Yeah, that's enough.
2 guys under an hour. Do you think people are still listening to just us 2?
Oh, for sure. We're the best.
Yeah, I believe we are the best. And frankly, I didn't even notice that they were gone.
Not really.
We just had a good conversation. 2 friends.
Yep, absolutely.
Do you want to talk about anything else?
Nope.
That's it.
We're going to recap the Open next week. We're still trying to get Miles Creighton on the pod. He's just
we're
he's
kind
a
of
busy bee.
We're a little back and forth.
He's a
with
busy
this
bee.
whole Miles Creighton coming on, and who knows? It might be someone else.
That's right.
But we hope to have fellow Canadian Miles Creighton on the show soon. But again, that'll happen when it happens.
Yep.
And until that happens, and until next week happens, it's time for Bronel and I to hit the clubhouse.